Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Monalisa Monroe Morning Show. Grab your coffee or your tea, hunty, because we have a lot to talk about. But before we get started on those red hot topics, please go to my website, www.monalisamonroe.com. We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, we've got toast. Believe me, we've got you covered. And also, you could purchase my book, Life After the Diagnosis. If you know a survivor or you are a survivor, this is the book that you need. Well, let's go ahead and get this party started right, shall we?
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show, honey. Grab your coffee, and you know I got mine. Bing! And your tea, hunty, because we have a lot to talk about today. And just like the commercial says, please go to my website and purchase the merch. We got coffee cups, we got t-shirts, we got everything you need. Good morning, Tadisha. Thank you for tuning in today. Come on in the room, hunty. So I want to get started by just thanking everybody that tunes in to the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show. Just like you read in the commercial, in the statement, in the post, we have two more states that has been watching the Mona Lisa Monroe Morning Show, and I'm excited. Hey, Miss Gladys, how are you? And so for us to get two more states, y'all, that's like, wow. So I'm excited that we're growing and we're growing together. Yes, yes, yes. We are back. We are in the house. So in the month of June, and I know you tuned in, but I'm just giving you a recap, baby. We celebrated all fathers, all fathers, all fathers. We gave a shout out to it. Go to the Facebook page and check those shows out. We had some amazing folks. Hey, Tanisha, girl. Hey, Miss Gladys. Girl, yes, we got a lot to talk about. So in July, we got some shows for you. Now, of course, we are coming on after this fabulous Independence Day. And so that is actually one of our red hot topics. We got some red hots that's ready. So I'm ready for you guys to talk back to me. Okay. So, the first guest that we will have on the show this morning, of course, is my hubby, Gary Monroe, and he will be joining us really soon. But we're going to be tackling the red hot topics of the 4th of July. Now, personally, yes, I celebrated the 4th of July. I went to an event downtown Savannah and enjoyed the fireworks, baby. But some people are not having it. They decided not to even celebrate the 4th of July. So I want to know what that vibe is, and I know the history of it. I know the Star Spangled Banner. I know all of that. But I'm curious to know why now you are deciding not to celebrate the 4th of July. Is it because you are now woke? Is it because you now learned about? I don't know. I just want to know basically, did you celebrate the 4th of July? And if you did, how did you celebrate it? And if you didn't, can you tell me why? That is red hot number one. Red hot number two is, how is it that the young man that shot up the people in the parade is still alive, and Mr. Jamie Walker, Jamal Walker, I think his name was, is dead? Allegedly, traffic stop, a regular routine, turned into 60 bullets in one person's body. Now, my question on the floor is, can you see how justice is unfair for different people? I'm curious to know how you feel about it. I want to know from everybody. Don't be shamed. Don't be shy. Talk to me today. And the last red hot is, what is your take on the gun laws versus the abortion laws? Because, baby, on social media, I saw it. I saw it for myself. People are like, okay, so you're trying to tell me what to do with my body, and you're letting people that have guns just go run amok. So, yeah, we want to talk about that too. Should everyone go get a gun now, since everybody has one? What is going on in America? So there you have it, people. You have the three red hot topics that we are going to talk about today. And yes, we are about to dive into number one. So I thank everybody for tuning in today. Let me not skip on anybody. I thank you all. Thank you for the new states that came on board. Thank you that we have now gone viral. We are excited. Thank you, ATR, All Things Relevant, for holding the production down. Thank you for having trust in the show. All shout outs to the game. Thank you, ATR. So let's get started. Did you celebrate the 4th of July? Yes, I did. And let me tell you, I had a great time. And I celebrated the 4th of July because I like fireworks. Now, yes, I'm woke. Yes, I know about the Star Spangled Banner and what it says and all of that. Yes, but I celebrated Juneteenth, so I decided to celebrate the 4th of July. Now, people are doing an either or. I ain't mad at you. But if you are doing a Juneteenth only, I want to know why. If you're just not celebrating Juneteenth, but you are wanting to celebrate July 4th, I want to hear about it. Tell me your thoughts on July 4th. I don't want to miss anybody, so I got different channels here. I got LinkedIn, I got Instagram, I got Facebook, I got YouTube. So I want to be able to address everybody. So, did you celebrate the 4th of July? And if you did, what did you do? And if you didn't, why? So, like I was starting off telling you, I celebrated. I like fireworks. We only do fireworks on New Year's Eve and the 4th of July. That's it. Those 2 days is the only 2 days that I know of that we actually do fireworks. So I like fireworks. Let's see here. What we got? Hey, hello, Derek. How are you? So, question on the floor. Tanisha, Miss Gladys, Derek, did you guys celebrate the 4th of July? And if you did, what did you do? If you didn't, can you tell me why? So, like I was saying, I celebrated the 4th of July with the fireworks. Oh, my guest is here. Everybody, let's hear it for Mr. Gary Monroe. Woo! Oh, please don't choke.
Good morning. What's up, darling?
Why do you have shades on?
Well, darling, I'm glad you asked. You know, Monalisa is so bright and brilliant, so radiant, so refulgent that I have to wear shades in the house around her. You know, she's so cool. I'm not cool as Monalisa, so I got it. I had to do makeup. I had to do wardrobe just now, and they told me in wardrobe that if I wanted to sit next to Monalisa, I got to at least try to look cool.
Okay, look here. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do.
What we gonna do?
We're going to take them glasses off, them shades off.
I'm not cool?
Yeah, you cool, baby. Don't get me wrong, you cool. But on the show, we want to see your face.
Am I cool?
Cool. Okay, so let's see that. Look. Okay.
That's what I do. I bring the joy in the laugh.
Oh my God.
I'm with you.
Hey, Harjarine, how are you?
What's that?
Okay, so red hot topic
Yes,
number
ma'am.
one.
Red hot topic
is,
number one.
did you celebrate the 4th of July?
And what did you share? You shared that we do.
Yes,
we did rather.
I basically said that we did celebrate the 4th of July because I like fireworks, and I, we're woke, as the kids say. We're woke. We know exactly what the Star Spangled Banner says. Right. We know exactly what time it is in the world today.
Right.
I just like fireworks, and I was stating to them the only 2 times that we use fireworks is the 4th of July and New Year's Eve. Derek, yes, I went to watch fireworks. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we did. We went to watch the fireworks. So what did you guys out there do if you did celebrate it? And if you did not, can you tell me why you didn't celebrate? So that's red hot number 1. Now, we've already answered the question.
Coffee.
Yeah, Hope City in the house. We want to give a shout out to Hope City. Hope City, if you are watching, whoop, whoop. Okay, so
all right.
That's red hot number 1. Did you want to say anything about the 4th of July celebration?
Sure. I would chime in, or as Brother Charlie would say, I'm going to charm in.
Oh.
That's between Julius and Charlie.
Oh, okay.
Love those brothers.
All right.
I like to have.
Hey, Corey, how are you?
I like to have a good laugh in the.
Good to see you.
Interim of everything.
Okay.
Pastor Corey, yeah. So in either case, it's not necessarily.
Oh, that's Pastor Corey?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Hey, Pastor Corey! Did you see our cups? Hope City.
See, I'm getting used to. I'm not as professional as Monalisa, so I'm getting used to camera angles, shots, and whatever.
Okay, there you go. Hope City. Okay.
But yeah, in essence, to celebrating the 4th of July, it's not per se celebrating the day, celebrating the reason of the day.
Right.
It's just a matter of taking a day as with family, friends, loved ones, neighbors,
right,
community, just people in general, and just having a good time. For me, just having a good time in that respect or regard. But I answered a few comments that was on social media with people making reference to, why are we as a Black people celebrating the 4th of July?
Right.
And of course, one of the comments of Frederick Douglass, he gave a poignant speech on the day of 4th of July. I can't recall the exact date, but he was criticizing, how could we be celebrating this day? And this is a day where Blacks were still living in a most atrocious condition.
Right.
But this is what I posted and shared with a number of people. And my sister.
Before you go there real quick.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me read this comment from Pastor Williams. Unfortunately, I have heard many say they no longer celebrate the 4th of July. And I wanted to get that in there because that goes along with what you're getting ready to say.
Right. So to what I was saying, my dear sister, Alicia Blakely, she has a show, Alicia Blakely Show. You need to check that out. And the topic of her show was 4th of July.
4th of July. Boy, Alicia.
And yes, we do know that the 4th of July is a lie, you see, in that respect or regard. But I shared a post and I said, with regard to celebrating or just having a good time on the 4th of July, I shared with the brother that it's called controlling the narrative.
Okay.
And if or when you cannot control the narrative, narrate the celebration to your cause and for your high calling, for what our ancestors fought for and endured for our freedom and empowerment, we use now to change the narrative,
right?
Control it or narrate our own cause and or our high calling,
right? And
so to those who say we shouldn't be or not, I'm saying that we are in a position now as descendants of those who were yet enslaved while America and the United States was celebrating the 4th of July, that we are in a position now, we've been in a position of empowerment to say, not only to change the narrative, control it, and then narrate our own cause and high calling.
That's what I say. You know, don't let anything stop you from doing what you as a Black person want to do. If you want to celebrate on a day that back in the day was considered a bad thing, just change the narrative, make it yours, make it. And you know, we are good at making things our own.
Absolutely.
So let me address, hey Sunshine, how are you? Good morning, good morning. So I want to encourage African Americans. We're not saying dismiss what you know and what you've learned. We're not saying that. We're saying take control of the narrative. You don't have to fall short or get small in a space because it wasn't yours in the beginning. It can be yours in the end. Think about it. We create content on the regular. We are creative
we are
people.
The content.
We are the content.
We are the content.
We are creative people. So don't stop creating and doing what you
and when I say that we are the content, this is why we are studied. This is what the
it's like we're the culture.
What is it? The Consumer Price Index, the CPI. It is based off of urban spending and habits. You see,
that would be you.
So we are the content.
Yes.
Never forget, we are the content when it comes to dance and entertainment, when it comes to theater, when it comes to sports, when it comes to science. We are the content. Okay.
Yes.
And so use the platform, and that's why I say that Alderwoman Alicia Blakely's platform, her topic for the 4th was the 4th of July. So it's a matter of using the same day, the same platform to speak truth. So, you know, and also I say to this, and lastly, with regard to that, the word of God says one man, and I'm paraphrasing, one man respects one day over another. And so if you honor that day, you honor it unto your God. And if you do not honor that day, you do not honor it unto your God or to your belief. But all days are alike. So to walk in this freedom and this liberty,
all days,
you have the freedom and the liberty to be able to honor your God, to respect your belief system, to your liking and to your specificity.
And my thing is also, honey, and you can agree with this, every day is special. Every day is a reason to celebrate if you're looking at it, because there's people that are no longer here. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about celebrating the 4th of July, knowing what it's all about? We just talked about that part. So, I mean, we believe in celebrating any chance we get. Hey, honey, we believe in celebrating every chance we get because it's people that are no longer here.
So the
4th of July, the 5th of July.
To the question, how did you feel? I have no feelings toward the 4th of July. I have no feelings with respect or regard to that. Let me share something. I don't know if other Black Americans or African Americans feel this way. And since you mentioned feeling, do you feel like an American? Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I moved and lived abroad that American resonated with me. Because when I lived in Bermuda and lived in another country, I wasn't referred to as an African American. I wasn't referred to as a Black American or white American. In fact, all the Americans living there in Bermuda were just considered and classified and called an American.
Right. Now,
and so that was the first time that I actually embraced, wow,
Yeah,
I'm an American.
And it's so funny how you got to go outside of America to appreciate that. Pastor Corey, our ancestors marched, suffered, and fought for our ability to enjoy what they couldn't enjoy. Now, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I celebrate and enjoy many things in honor of them. In other words, we have the power to reframe that was a bad thing.
Which was bad.
That which was bad. I totally agree with that. Derek, when you change and control the narrative, it can change all lives in a positive way. I totally agree with all of that. Make your own recipe. You know how, okay, women, well, some men too, you get a recipe and then you cooking it and then you go, well, let me put my little stank on it. You know what? That's stank. That's a bad thing with dealing with food. But let me put my little Monalisa. Don't do that. Let me see my little Monalisa. Let me put my little Monalisa on it. So when you
cook on it, baby, put your foot in it.
Put your foot in it. There you go. So when you get a recipe and you want to make it yours, what do? You put your signature seasoning or whatever the case
in it.
Whatever the case is. You make it your own. So take the 4th of July, turn it into something positive and celebrate it if you want.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So the next red hot topic that I am so ready to get you guys' point on is this right here. What is your take on the gun laws versus abortion laws? Now, on social media, I saw a woman pregnant, right? Picture of a woman pregnant and then a gun. And then it's like, so basically, long story short, you're telling us what to do with our bodies, but yet you're letting people with guns do whatever they want to do. And I want to know how you guys feel about that, because the abortion laws is already bad enough. Don't get me wrong. If you don't believe in abortion, and if you do, that's your business. I'm just saying the government is saying they want to have 2 cents in it. But when you have a gun, they're saying, oh, that's your right. You do what you want. That's, Second Amendment. And I'm like going, wait a minute. So what?
First Amendment. Now, let me say, here's the dichotomy with me, pastor and politician. Mm-hmm. Okay. But the reality of it is both of those entities deal with social issues.
Right.
Okay? Now, when you make the comparison between gun control or gun freedom and liberties and abortion and the right to do with my own body, I mean, I have so many discussions, I would say, to have on either of those topics. But when you consider those, the argument becomes not about abortion, not about gun control or regulation. It becomes about your constitutional right.
Your right.
Right?
Your right.
So the same people that say that when you want to enact gun control and gun regulations, you are impeding upon my constitutional right. Mm-hmm. But those are the same ones that are saying we need to enact and enforce abortion laws,
right?
Which falls under not just the law of what's right and wrong, but those who stand for or against abortion, they hold it to be a moral law. It's based on their religious position.
Right.
So therefore, religion, quote unquote, is in the Constitution. And the Constitution states that what? There should be no law. There should be no law that should abridge, the freedom and liberty of gun, the use of gun, religion.
Yeah, it's like church and state, right? The separation of church and state.
Really, that's not written anywhere.
Oh, Lord.
Separation of church and
state.
No,
hold on. Let me pass the cord.
Yeah.
Interesting thing, most people have stopped celebrating the 4th of July over the past few years. prior to that, we all were enjoying it and having. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Many barbecues. What changed? Social media has. What changed up? Social media has caused us to fight every little thing. I don't hear us as blacks saying we aren't going to celebrate Black History Month, and as long as black people are killing each other, you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Okay, I'm done. Anaya, how are you? I think I don't think abortion should be regulated while guns should. We've seen the increase in gun violence as a result of these new gun laws. A man cannot feel what a woman is feeling and therefore will never have a say in what happens in our body. So I see your point, and it is a social issue. And like you were saying, it is the right. Now let's talk about the rights. If you really think about it, these rights of freedom has caused the biggest separation because people say, don't try to control me. I have the right to. And you can fill in the blank. I got a right to wear a mask. I got a right to have an abortion. I got a right to do the vaccination. It's been the biggest separation is the freedom word. Yeah. But the thing is freedom supposed to be free. You see what I'm saying? You're supposed to be free to do the things that you want to do, but you're really not. Freedom is like this illusion.
Unfortunately, that's going to be the undoing of America. Every great country, the very thing that it prided itself in, or the very thing for which it was established on, it was those things, those pillars, for which crumbled that country or that state or whomever. Mm-hmm. So, and here's why I say that with regard to America, because it is written that in these last days, or there will come a time when everybody does what's right in their own eyes.
Now,
and so that's where our liberties and freedoms, we've become intelligent enough, whether you're black, white, green, or yellow, male or female, we've become knowledgeable enough now and have enough information that we can argue points of freedom and liberty. Mm-hmm. So,
ooh-wee.
If you believe one thing is right, mm-hmm, and you have the freedom and liberty to believe that,
then
what's wrong?
What's wrong? There's nothing wrong. I can say you're wrong.
Absolutely.
You can say I'm wrong, and we're in a jacked up situation.
And let me say this too, Don. The most ignorant thing a scholar or people that sits in a place of decision making can say is to agree to disagree. That's the most ignorant thing you can say.
Oh,
because
you're about to start
the word of God says, how can two people get along, move along, go along, progress, except they agree?
Uh-oh.
So when you say, let's agree to disagree, what you're saying is you lack the cerebral capacity to be able to think this thing out and come to an agreement.
Wow.
Right?
Well, people, look here. I want to know what you think about that last statement, because everybody says that.
Don't say that anymore.
Everybody. So
let's stay to the table.
Do you feel like you
come
just
to an agreement?
Do you feel like you just got educated in something, or do you disagree? We want to look. This show is about talking about what you're talking about. Absolutely. Your point of view is your point of view. We're just giving you a platform to speak your mind. Our thoughts and that's us. Mm-hmm. But I'm interested in what you think, okay? So the platform is open. What do you guys think about that last statement that Gary made? I want to know, because you hear it all the time. All right. Red hot number 3. And this is our last topic of the day. And it's last for a reason. Trust me. How is it that the young man that shot up the parade is still alive, and Mr. Jamal, I think his name was, Walker, is dead? Can you see how justice looks different? Now, People, wait a minute, let me catch up. We got some comments. Hey, we got some comments. All right, Derek, I agree with you both. Okay, so you agree with that last statement. Interesting. Pastor Corey, abortion is a complex issue when it comes to Roe versus Wade. Yes. The naive person, when they hear women fighting for abortion rights, they see women lined up like a slaughter, excited with exceedingly joy, ready to kill a child. Abortion is complex when it comes to Roe versus Wade. Hence, why we have varying options, so many opinions, so many nuances to be considered. Roe versus Wade is complex. To say if a man doesn't have a uterus, he has no opinion on the matter. It's like saying if someone wants to commit suicide, we should all. Okay, that was the end of that one. You got cut off.
Yeah.
But Pastor Corey, I totally agree with your point, because we can't really say that because you don't have a uterus, you have no say, because guess what? It took two to form the baby. So the man does have a say. I don't want to be this person, but guns kill people who've been in this world with experience, but abortions remove a not even fully formed life that has not experienced anything. Okay, so
understandable.
Both comments. Thank you so much for your comments. So let's tackle this first one first. We can't, and I'm a woman with a uterus, okay? We can't say, yeah, totally. We can't say a womb.
That's right.
We can't say that a man doesn't have the right to say anything about an abortion because it took two to form the baby. So me and my husband talked about
what's in them is part of both of them.
Right. Oh, that's a good point. What's in them is part of both of them.
Correct.
Me and my husband was playing on this idea, and we were basically saying that for a woman, okay, to say, I don't want to, I'm putting child support on this man, right? I want to have my baby, and I'm going to put child support on this man. I want to have the baby. And the man doesn't want the baby. So he feels like he should not pay child support because he doesn't want the baby. But the woman says, I want this baby, and you're going to pay child support, okay? Now, that is the common scenario in America. But flip the script and say, what if a man tells a woman, I want my baby, and she says, I don't want the baby, and I'm going to have an abortion? Where does the men's rights come in? Because if she has an abortion, she is basically saying, I don't care what you think. Why is it that a man saying, I don't want to pay for that child because I don't want that child, why is he by law obligated to take care of something that he didn't want? So think about that now.
And I was on the
play
panel.
with that a little bit.
And just to elaborate on that, and I shared, we were having that conversation. I shared that with you because while in Bermuda, I was on a panel that was discussing the very issue. And I think the men in Bermuda actually made some grounds on abortion rights or just paternal rights when it came down to whether or not to terminate the child. And it was based on, just as Monalisa alluded to, which is a woman saying, hey, I want the child. The man says, I don't want the child. But if she have the child, as she stated, the courts and the law says, hey, you laid down and you made it, so you're responsible for it. I'm not trying to elude responsibility. I'm just speaking of right and wrong when it comes down to the child, the unborn child. So yes, so now you have the scenario whereas the man says, well, you know what? I don't want the child. And the woman says, well, I'm going to have it. He's responsible for it.
Right. Automatically, he's responsible for a child that he doesn't want. But yet the woman says, I don't want this child. And the man has no rights, no nothing to say about that.
So is it just about your body?
It is it? Is it just about your body, or is it really about the child? Because, no one asked you guys to get together.
Or just constitutional right. Is it just about the child, or should the constitutional right or law be equally applied to both the sperm donor,
the sperm
and
donor,
the womb donor?
And
we're not both saying, are donors.
Yeah, but you gotta watch
creation of God.
But you gotta watch it when you say donors, because there's men that just sperm in a cup and then, so that's different.
In either respect,
but
in order for a person to man child or woman to come into this world, God needs a man donor, and he needs to donate a sperm, and he needs a woman to donate
an egg.
An egg, a womb, egg, womb. She got to have all of that.
She got to have all of it in order to bring it in the world.
Yeah.
But let me say this, and then we're going to go to the next topic. But let me say this about the abortion situation. Wait a minute. Okay, so Pastor Corey, to say if a man doesn't have a uterus, did I read that already?
He's finishing up.
Oh, okay. Has no opinion on the matter. It like saying if someone wants to commit suicide, okay, shut up. I mean, it's their body. So where am I going? I mean, how crazy that would be if
we all shut up.
We all shut up until we learn to listen and understand perspectives. I know you don't have to agree. Oh no, you good. You will miss the fact that there are God-loving people on the other side. We just can't see them because the loud mouths on both sides are microphone. Oh my goodness. See, you're preaching today, sir. I appreciate that. You are preaching today. Hence, Roe versus Wade, as it was written, was complex. I don't think this would have been a topic if the pro-abortion side was not constantly changing the terms. Example, late-term abortion over 20 plus weeks. That's a whole body. that's a whole baby.
Right.
Let me say this real quick. Let me take this. So I saw on social media a guy made a very, very clear point, and I'm glad you brought that up, Pastor Corey. The 20 weeks versus 2 weeks versus whatever. This man said, "It is written." That's what he said. It is written that God knew you before you were formed in the mother's womb. So guess what? You were a thought in God's mind before she even became pregnant with the seed. So you are a living being in spirit. So when those two things come together, which is sperm and egg, and creates a being, let there be. You are a being. But this is just me, because I don't believe, me personally, don't believe in abortion. But I'm leaving that up to the individual, because like we talked about on the last show, rape victims do not want the majority of rape victims do not want their the product of that rape. But I have heard and seen victims of rape have the baby, and they say that baby was a blessing to their lives, because God doesn't make anything bad. Everything he makes is good.
So those rights of that father are by default terminated.
And believe it or not, rights by the rapist now. The rapist can say he wants a child, and a woman has to go to court to get him.
It should be terminated.
Yeah, because that's weird.
Because rape is a crime. And just like when you commit a crime and go to prison, your rights are terminated in that respect or regard.
Well,
but let me address when you were saying that, your position on abortion.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm in a unique position because I'm a politician, I'm a pastor in that respect, preacher, whatever classification you want to put that in. And so how I make real decisions when I'm on the political platform is God says, essentially, let the wheat and the tare grow up. In every instances throughout the Bible, God would say, you know what? Give them what they want. Give them exactly what they want.
If they're fighting.
If they're fighting. And so I was trained as a deacon years ago, and I had an elder deacon, and they will have conferences. And he would always say, after people would get in conference and argue about different things in church, and he would listen. And then he would say, well, Pastor, brother moderator, I'll say this. And I'm going to say this is what God stipulates or as it is written. Now, once I say this, I'm washing my hands. I'm washing my hands. This blood is not on my hand. So, in other words, as a watchman on the wall, you share with the people what your moral belief or position on an item is, right, wrong, indifferent, and then you wash your hands of that. Now, in light of that, each tub has to sit on their own bottom. In light of that, every knee has to bow. In light of that, every tongue has to confess.
That's true.
Everyone individually has to go before God about the deeds done in this body and the words spoken out of this mouth. So I take a position as a politician sometimes. Give the people what they want. This is what you're asking for. This is what you're going to get. Now you have to now be responsible for the actions thereof in this life and the one to come.
Ayana, I'm sorry. The man doesn't have to carry it, but nor breastfeed. I really feel like a woman will always have most of the work in the process of having children. Even if a man was raising his child without the mother, he still doesn't have to go through any of the stress that a woman does. Okay, let me tackle that in a minute. Hold on just a second. How are you?
King Carl.
King Carl. A man should realize if we have sex with a woman and a child is produced, he is responsible for the child. That's what I tell my sons and grandsons. A woman should still have all rights to her body, whether she chooses to have a baby or not. Derek, it's just like the mother of 4 kids who discarded the child food because the father of that child as doing right. So where are the mother and fathers not do? What are the mother and fathers not doing? Ayana, I don't believe in having abortions, and I would never, but I still wouldn't want to take that right away. Pastor Corey, great conversation, you all. Healthy conversations like this is necessary. Thank you so much. We got one more comment on another platform. Kathleen, currently a molested 10-year-old is pregnant and sent to another state to terminate. Is her body ready for a baby? Double punishment? Your thoughts? Ooh, okay. So, if you're 10 years old and you're pregnant, that is a medical situation. You might die. So, I mean, I totally understand that choice for that 10-year-old child. Number one, molestation. Number two, she's 10. So she cannot have a baby. She might die. So that's my thoughts on that. Do you want to say anything on that?
Well, I think you put it in perspective when you say it's a medical issue.
Yeah, man.
And then the moral side of it is who conceived this child. You know,
Jeez.
I guess at that age, it's rape no matter what.
I mean, molestation,
even if
rape.
It's say, you know, father or uncle or 16-year-old boy, or I don't know, perhaps some 12-year-old boy is able. Both have reached their puberty. They could be the same age, and they both have reached their puberty. And I remember about 20 years ago, kids were reaching their puberty at a younger age. And back at that time, it was like both girls and boys were reaching puberty at 10 and 11 years old.
Yeah, kids are reaching puberty early.
It could be, in this case, or in a case, it could be innocently a 10-year-old, 11-year-old boy out just playing around, whatever, doing, as we would say back in the day, nasty, and boom, because both have reached their years of puberty, and now here you go, a 10-year-old girl is pregnant.
Lord have mercy. Okay, Pastor Corey, all rights to her body, I agree. I mean, if I decide to cut my arm off, I will be locked up. We have normalized so many things. Oh, you are so right. situation should be between her and her doctor, period.
And at that age, her parents.
Yeah, at that age. I'm about common sense, balance.
Absolutely.
I agree. I agree totally. And let me get this comment over here. Let's see. Where'd you go? Her state denied the abortion. She had to travel. Wow. Now, that right there is a shame, because the states that are banning abortion, and I remember watching The View, and Whoopi said it's going to go back to the 70s and the 60s when someone wanted to have an abortion. They're going to go outside of the state. And this is a situation to where she had to travel outside of her state to get an abortion. Mm-hmm. Now, it's going to be laws set that you will get arrested if they catch you going out of state to get an abortion.
Well, not only that, if you go out of state and come back.
Oh, now that right there is just, come on now.
Right.
What about the kids getting molested by family members and it's being covered up? I'm right. Same thing. Right. Wrong is wrong, right, all across the board. All across the board. That abortion question.
That's not only a criminal act. Yeah. That's just sinful and evil.
Yeah. So we got a little bit more time to tackle this last red hot topic. That abortion topic is just like on fire. Mm-hmm. But I want you guys to speak a little bit about this situation right here. The person that shot up the parade killed about 10 people, I think it was, mm-hmm, or 5 or 10 people. And he was able to get apprehended. He's still alive. Okay.
Well, not just him, Dylan
Roof, everybody, and the other one just killed himself.
Absolutely.
He would have been able to get out of there alive. But yet, it's still the same story when it comes to us. Mm-hmm. Jamal Walker, I think it's Jamal or Jermaine. Jamal Walker was allegedly stopped for a traffic violation and literally was lit 60 bullets in a person. 60 bullets. 90 rounds were fired. Now, how can a traffic stop turn into
Jalen Walker?
Jalen Walker. Mr. Walker is what I put because I didn't know his first name. How can a regular traffic stop turn into an annihilation of our bodies? I'm just not understanding, and I really want you guys to speak on that for me. What do you think?
Yeah, let me begin the conversation.
Jalen, thank you, Kathleen.
By saying that we got to go back to the very history and creation of police officers. Okay, the police force was created post emancipation, and they were created to now protect and serve the establishment from these now freed slaves, right, who now pose a danger to the establishment. So now when you go back to the history of its creation, that has already been DNA'd in the psyche of both of the establishment of why and what the police are established for. You are there to protect and serve us against the recently enslaved Black men and women. So we've always been a target of the police force, COINTELPRO, all of these covert operations that were established in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They were all devised and developed to do what? Not protect and preserve us, but to surveillance us, to stagnate any type of movement or activity that we were engaging in for the greater good. Now, many people would say, and I'm going to say this real quick, many people would say that the reason why they draw on us first and ask questions later is because they fear us. It's not because of fear, it's how they see us. I saw a picture the other day of, it was a live enactment of Africans, how they were transported on the slave ships, and they were just stacked. We've seen the infamous pictures, how they were just stacked. And what came in my mind was, you have to think of these people as animals in order for you to treat them like that. So when you are chasing an animal or hunting, what is the natural recourse of that animal? To run. So when we were being hunted down in Africa to bring over here to put enslaved, we ran. So the white men who were hunting us, they saw it as a hunt. So now we fast forward to 2022, and what you see now is you see people not because of fear, but because of how they see us. They don't see us in the same humane light as they see a white young fella who is armed heavily.
Right, a machine gun is what they say.
With the intent to kill everybody.
Ayana. I really truly believe they don't care about us. It doesn't make sense how there are still cops doing the same things that they see we are getting angry about. It's because they don't care. There has been all these laws passed to protect all these people, all this pride, the protection of immigrants, and so on.
So
but we, the black people who are forced here, we still not protected. I mean, yeah, totally. Oof, I put the wrong sentence. You're fine. You're fine. Let me go here on this other platform. Kathleen, there was a white man pulled over, said he had a gun and will shoot the officer. He's still alive. What? Mm-hmm. Just how dead do we have to be before we're not afraid of us? Let me tell you something. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you. Thank you. This is what the kicker was for me. Not only was he dead, okay, not only did he get shot up, 60 rounds of fire, bullets. They handcuffed him like he's going to run again or something.
And handcuffed him and then transported him to the hospital in handcuffs.
Handcuffs. The man had 60 bullets in him, and you still handcuff him. I mean, that was just it for me when I heard that part.
Not only was he riddled with 60 rounds of bullets, they found 93 rounds of shells on the ground.
That's what I said.
That's
it was
how many
90 shots fired,
right.
60 landed, and hit, yes, landed on his body, and you handcuff him. That was just when I read that, I was just like, holy cow! How dead do we have to be to not get handcuffed? You remember George Floyd? George Floyd was also handcuffed after he was gone. He was dead. I just wow. So tell me, guys, what did you think about today's hot topics? Derek, that was an assassination. Yeah, totally agree. So tell me what you thought about today's hot topics. It's what we do. We're talking about what you're talking about. So leave us some comments and let me know, was it a little heavy today? I mean,
well, I thought
that's what y'all are talking about.
I personally thought that hot topic was fire.
Of course, fire.
That hot topic. This is the hot topic right here, y'all.
See, y'all. That's why I gotta spread Gary around. I can't have him on the show every Thursday.
Yeah. But guess what? When I am obliged to be on the show and lucky to be on the show, man, the numbers are
thanks,
off
Deanna.
The chain, out of the roof.
All right.
People come on and say, "Where's hubby? We want to see hubby."
We want to see hubby.
Yeah,
we want hubby. We want hubby.
We want to see money. We want to see money.
Cash money already here. Woo-hoo!
Okay, money. So I changed that cash to Monroe.
Yeah, that's right. You showed it.
That's right.
You showed
Monalisa Cash is now Monalisa Monroe.
Monalisa
Marilyn
Monroe.
ain't got nothing on her.
No, she does not.
That's right.
What did I tell them at Hope City? I said, they said, "Oh, like the painting, the Mona Lisa, the painting." I said, "No, she's a fake. I'm the original."
Ooh.
Hey!
Y'all heard it.
Well, anyway, what did you
now
guys
you'll see why I got to put my shades on, right? See, I'm gonna finish like I started. put my shades back on. 'Cause I'm not going off uncool.
You're not going off on cool.
No.
What did you guys think about today's red hot topics? I know it was a little heavy, but that's what we talk about. We're talking about what you're talking about, and those were the 3 red hot topics. And we come on every Thursday morning and every Thursday evening. So please check it out tonight. Yes, we come on in the evenings, and it is called Evenings with the Monalisa Monroe. Evenings with Monalisa Monroe is what it's called.
That name make a tongue tie.
Thank you for tuning in to Monalisa Late Night. Grab your glass and let's get started. But before we get there, please go to my website, www.monalisamonroe.com. We've got merchandise, we've got t-shirts, we've got cups, we've got totes, we've got everything you need. We've even got my book, Life After the Diagnosis. So, let's go ahead, grab your glass, bottoms up. Let's start talking.
Oh yeah, that's us in the evenings. Evenings with Monalisa. Please come back and see me.
Come see her.
Come see me sometime is what they say. Visit us at the website, www.monalisamonroe.com, and purchase the merchandise as you saw here. Cups, t-shirts, everything you need. Mr. Derek, the last topic reminded me of Emmett Till. Oh my goodness, that's a whole nother show. But thank you though. Thank you for the likes. Oh yes, please click like and share the show. Please, please, please. We are now in 2 more states, and we appreciate every bit of it. So click like and share the show with your friends, with your foes, with everyone you knows.
That's right. Tell somebody and be somebody.
Tell somebody because you are somebody. How about that? Is that okay?
Hey, this is your show.
Man, why you gonna end with the shades on? Really?
Well, I started off cool. I'm trying to end cool.
Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in.
Outshine me.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Monalisa Monroe Morning Show.
Like Don Cornelius say, love, peace, and soul satisfaction. Yeah, man.
Check us out tonight. Bye.